Our next speaker is the AP Strategic and Innovation Office Director at Deloitte Asia Pacific, where he leads the Quantum Computing Center of Excellence, spearheading efforts to drive adoption, investment, and collaboration in quantum technologies across industries and innovation systems in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a big hand to Mr. Tak Chilin.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm so excited because this is the first national quantum conference in Philippines, and I'm part of it. I was just told I need to speed up my presentation, so I will rush through this. So this is a conference about quantum. I have to make a declaration. I'm not a quantum physicist. So non-economists or data scientists, nothing. So I can make sure no equation or fancy graph for the next 25, 15 minutes. Okay. Instead, I'm here to help you to get to know why you should care about quantum and how to initiate the discussions about quantum with your executive team. So a lot of time we dive into the technical details on that's the quantum expert role, and my role is about to enhance, to empower you to raise this talk at the board. Okay, I'm TC, leading the Quantum Center of Excellence at Deloitte Asia Pacific. My mission at Deloitte, accelerate and scale adoption, raise awareness, build an ecosystem with the quantum community to create synergies and to facilitate collaborations in innovation across Asia Pacific. So before we dive in, can I have a quick poll to get us connected? Can I see your hands if you have already initiated discussions with your executive team about quantum? Anyone? Well, there are some, okay. Okay, you're quite bold. You know what you're talking about, I guess. So whether yes or no, by the end of this sessions, I will get you ready to lead those talk. Okay. Imagine standing at the edge of a revolution like this. It's not something from science fictions. It's about like it's about a business conversations. This is like AI. It can redefine your operations. So today we're moving from quantum hype to real actions, not a physics lectures. This is a real business conversations. On the agenda, we will explore why quantums matter, what makes it unique, and why you should care about this, along with straightforward steps, real story, and your roadmap to get started. So this session is not for the quantum experts like some of you here. This is for those who are still skeptical about quantum and dare to raise their hands to get resources from their management on quantum. Okay, let's begin. So we've heard a lot of buzzwords before: AI, blockchain, metaverse, VR, digital twin, robotic. A lot of these buzzwords. Quantum feels the same. Let's look at the pattern, the top one. So we've seen this before in Gartner. Usually tech trends often follow this S curve. It starts quietly and building up the hype until everyone talks about it. And when the reality kicks in, it will be the expectation drop a little bit, and it rise again when it gets mature, because this is the timing when it delivers the true value. Think about AI. So AI exploded after 2020, and now it's your daily helper after a few years. Okay. So what about blockchain? Blockchain, they get the hits in around 2015, where Ethereum's launch, everybody get excited about the smart contract. And then when it hits the hype in 2017, and this is the year you should remember because we have Bitcoin price rise from 1,000 to 20,000. Yeah. And then everybody get excited and then crash. But now, like blockchain do a great work, like dominate in enhancing supply chain security and overall management. So what about quantum? On the second graph, the red line, it's quantum. Like in 2025, it's on its early rise. It's like AI back in 2010. It's rising. Okay, but you may say, well, is this Metaverse 2.0? VR hype peak in 2021, but fade by 2023. But why? Because no ROI. It's quietly evolving into a spatial computing, according to Gartner. So quantums is different. It's driven by enterprise needs with solid backing, with NIST standard, the NIST standards. Well, just now showing a lot of people doesn't know NIST. It's from the US, very popular governance. And the funding, you can see it's overwhelming in quantum. So it's not just a passing consumer trend. So the takeaway for this slide is this pattern signals your opportunity to add in this learning curve now. Don't wait until too late, okay? So what truly set quantums apart in this cycle? Is it just a faster computer? Is it an upgrade of CPU? I don't think so. Let's play a fun game here. Okay, let's look at this maze. How much time do you need to find an exit path? Well, I'm counting. 1, 2, anyone get it? You should. 2 seconds. I guess 2 seconds you can get it. So how about this one? How much time do you need it? Still using 2 seconds? No? An hour? Yeah. Well, that's how many of you are programmer actually? Because I used to be a programmer using Java and C#. I know it's old, like it's outdated. But it's common to learn programming with the basics, like using if-else statement and using loop. So you put a loop if this part is blocked, else proceed to the other part. Okay, that's the logic, how it works. So you get a faster trips than you can get the if else very quick. But does it like, how about we switch to quantum computing? How does it do it? It's like flooding the maze with water. Like everything instantly gives you the path and the better one. So it's a completely different concept of classical computing. And that's the magic of superposition and entanglement. So this is called what we heard a lot, like qubit. Qubit is when you compare to classical binary bit, it's totally different. It's like it can handle multiple states simultaneously. Right. So now we can the last one is there was experiment conducted by Google, just comparisons. They conduct a specific task using their quantum computing, using 200 seconds to solve a problem, but then a classical computer will spend 10,000 years, but that's on specific tasks, not every task. Okay. So let's break it down. So it's a new physics. It's not a bigger CPU, and so it actually delivers exponential search power for massive data combinations, like optimizing your financial portfolio and simulating chemical reactions for new materials. Billions of variables become manageable. And the NIST and SQ, we just talked about this, like these noisy intermediate scale quantum, these systems are still not perfect yet. They are sensitive to error, noise, but they are usable if you are using hybrid setup. Just now, Anthropica Lab, like I mentioned, that a hybrid setup will give you a more reliable result. For business, uh, it translates to a real advantage. Faster insights in area like fraud detections and drug discovery. So it gives you a real competitive edge. Quantum itself, it rewrites the rule, unlike classical computer. It's a fundamentally new physics, but why we should bet on it? Why you and the leader should care about quantum? First, crypto risk that just mentioned previously, because the window to act is closing, you should act before it actually happens, the bridges. And early pilots give you real cost reductions value for your organizations. And building standard and talent pipelines today, that's help you to stay ahead tomorrow. Like quantum experts, it's not many. It's still like we are getting those talents. So quantum's effect is like an iceberg. The tip above the area above the water, it offers you a very clear, immediate wins in cost for your organizations. But the real mass, it's underneath, hidden. There are risks and opportunity. It depends on how you make it or break it. So the topic, operational upsides, by experience, it's only what we've seen 1 to 3% cost reductions in pilots. Like it depends on the use case. Again, it depends on the use case. Not use case can do this. Deeper down, we have cyber liability. PQC migration is cheaper than breach settlement. I hope you can appreciate this statement. And an average in 2024, an average financial impact per breach reached 6 million. So you should think about this. Reputation, governance oversights, regulators and investors always ask you, are you quantum ready? Are you quantum ready? So it's about your reputation and public perception about your organizations. Like that's they will ask, is your organization capable of catching up the pace with new tech? How are you compared with your peers in the industry? And finally, talents and ecosystems. You should because skills are rare at the moment, but cloud credits it's available. So build an ecosystem working with your partners. It's the key. So you still have the last options to skip all this hidden mass, but you will see your edge sink. And you know what? Governments know about this and see how they're moving. So Japan, 1 trillion yens, that's the equivalent of 7 billion US investment in quantum and semiconductor R&D. And even the Prime Minister of Japan declares 2025 is the first year of quantum industrializations, a very serious push. And there's another 62 billions in quantum AI help. Okay, how about Australia? The National Quantum Strategy updated in 2025, and targeting 6.1 billion GDP to Australia, and projecting 20,000 jobs by 2045. Singapore, the Quantum Safe Readiness Framework by the CSA, the Cybersecurity Agency, which is funded by the government. And also, it's worth to mention is that NQSN, the National Quantum Safe Network Plus Initiative, which is pushed by the governments, multiple network providers are collaborating to deploy the quantum safe solutions like PQC and KQD. And looking at the US through NIST, the NIST, to finalize the HQC as the fifth PQC standard. And then the IR 8547, wow, this is worth to mention. This is referred to an internal report. Transition to PQC standard, it's a mandatory for global security. They have a timeline for this. It's a comprehensive plan for transitioning from classical to PQC. So, well, I still have a lot. There is still a lot. So I'm not going through one by one. And Philippines, the first quantum computer just announced this morning. Yeah, it's for the research educational purpose. And then this QuizCon, the first national quantum conference. And then there are national, well, there is worth to mention that there is a national quantum roadmap in Philippines. I think the investment up to 840 peso by 2030. So you can see these signals allowed. It's not a hype. It's all, but also strategic. And surprisingly, from my conversation with executives like some of you, I've been often asked about 5 questions. Let's tackle them one by one. So when do we start? We start now or wait? Because like company A didn't start, should we wait for him? Or should we, what do we do? And if you look at the governments, how governments move, and you don't want to be the last one. So my advice is as soon as possible, because it's cheap to learn, costly to catch up. And then how about the budget? That's always asked by the CFO. What's the budget? What do you do? You can give them a very brief, like a low entry, 50 to 200K just for the POC, pilot, workshops. That's mostly on the cloud credit. You don't need to buy a quantum computer if you don't know what you're doing. Leverage the cloud, spend time on the spend on the expert, and focus on the quick win area like cyber. Okay. And do we need a quantum PhD? No, because like there are not many. Just partner with the network like QCSB in Philippines and NQSN in Singapore. And what's the first step? Just start the conversation with your exec, do a crypto scan, and see what needs to be fixed. Connect with regional hub, and how do we measure ROI? Short term, just make sure no breach will be happen. Long term, hopefully you can optimize something. Okay, a starting point, it's easy. Well, because I only have 1 minute. Well, awareness, like conduct a workshop, and exact briefing, and crypto scan, and spend a week to brainstorm some ideas of where you can optimize in your business. Piloting, partner with someone, run a hackathon, mini one, and put together to a roadmap, 3 years roadmap. So there are some real stories. They're public, no secrets. Because like Deloitte we have some other cases with insurance, automobile, but not banking. Well, we have banking, but these just examples. Like they are successful case. They can deploy a hybrid approach, blending quantum and classical together. And so we have some lessons. Just make sure you're not working alone. Work with your partner, your quantum vendor, or consultant like Deloitte and EY. Start small, scope smart. Don't think of, well, we need to buy a big computer. We do something very core business first. No, let's pick something, try. Hybrid approach, again, like blending quantum and classical together. Measure, iterate. Measure and iterate, it's really for the ROI tracking for CRO and CEO. Ecosystem energy, join any regional hub. Okay, should be the last one, okay. 3 years plan, very quickly. This is a repeat contents. I want to plant something into your mind, like, okay. Awareness, crypto scan, use case pilot. Always think about this to start. And then you can implement PQC because it takes a very long time to implement this. Scale pilots and then make it your core. Finally, scan QR code. If you want to explore what kind of services we offer and connect with me. Okay? Thank you for your time.